Testing. 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 Okay. So I'm going to turn this into a template now. So I want to change this formula so it only shows if there's a value, at least, in one of these. So now it's not going to run. We'll make this gray so everyone knows it's a formula. So now there's a call. So this will update. And we'll do the total calls. It's going to be kind of gray. But we'll do some conditional formatting so that we want at least 4 calls. So we only want to run this formula if there is a name. If C2 equals blank, then blank. Oops. If C2 equals blank, then blank. Let's put a name So anything, they have to make at least. So let's just do some kind of rules here. If the cell, if it's less than, I don't know, 1 call, so it's less than 2 calls, then it's going to be red. If it's, so 1, 2, so it's 1, 0 and 1 will be red. 0 through 1 calls, we'll do 2 to 4 is yellow, and then we'll do 5 to 6 is green. So we'll just add a new rule here, and then we'll say if it's less than 5, as long as we stack the conditional formattings, we don't have to do the between then. So less than 5 will be yellow, and then we'll do more than 4 will be green. So 2 calls. So this is 0 calls. 0 calls. 1 call. 2 calls. 3 calls. 4 calls. 5 calls. Okay, so we're gonna go and I guess we'll change it so that if it connects, if they connect, we'll keep it simple. Because technically if they qualify and it's like, so if they qualify them, so let's say they have this many calls. I think that's fine. I'm trying to think if they are unqualified, which means something happened. So if it's anything but no connection, then it should be fine, but whatever. I'll just do this for now. So the last call date. So we'll do some conditional rules where it's like, hey, if it's not, if the last call wasn't within the past 6 days, then it's got to be read. This is within 24 hours. This has to be within. So looks like they're doing 3 calls within 24 hours. And then this one is within 48 hours. If you have any questions about spreadsheets or Google Sheets or Looker Studio, let me know. 48 hours. This 5th call is also within 48 hours. 6 calls also within, so all 6 calls are within 48 hours. Interesting. So that means they want them to call their leads. I guess we can make this text like dark gray. Oops. So I can just copy this format. Oh, it doesn't work. That's dumb. Whoops. Whoops. So if you have any questions about spreadsheets, Looker Studio, just drop them here. Okay, so this is a sales dashboard or sales system, sales tracking system. Okay, so this looks pretty good. I guess we can center line all of this here. So they'll track their calls. They'll put any, clip this. They'll put any of their dials, they'll put all their dials here for like the leads. They don't get that many leads. And then it turns into a deal. And then the cool thing about this spreadsheet is that they used to have only a single status. So they're dropping a single status for what the single drop down for what the status is, but I changed it to basically go be in columns here. And then now what they do is they put a date for when that actually happened. So let's say we put a date today for lender quote is the day. This is the latest status now. It's a formula, it's automatic. It's like a case when, like an ifs and formula. Looks like this. And then let's say the next day, now they're waiting for lender feedback. Now they know the date where things happen. If they're quoted here, now it's quoted. So that's pretty cool. And then when they would go into, in the past, they would have their reps re-enter all of the data. So when they move on to the quote stage, they're gonna put them in here. So they're gonna type them all in here. But now I created a unique key of the lead name plus the address, so they can just search for it. And one lead can apply for loans for multiple addresses, which is why we need more than just the first name. And you should just use more than a first name anyways, because full names, because full names aren't unique. So this way they can just start typing it, and then they can find the one that they want. So if they only know the address, they can just type it, click on it, and then now they don't have to retype this. This is just an XLOOKUP formula to pull all of that stuff in. And then they can, excuse me, now they can basically enter in all of the rest of their data going forward. We're just trying to save them a little bit of time. This is not fully automatic, obviously, which we can make it with like automations, but it's good enough for now. It's better than what they were doing. Okay, so now we have this here. Now they're able to track. I kind of like turning things to like the structured table format. So let's convert it to a table. And we'll just call this leads here. So these are all formulas. I like to have my formulas be like gray or something, so people know not to edit it. It's kind of ugly. Nope. Okay. So something like this might look a bit better. These are all dates. Oh wow, so it takes away the formatting. That's annoying. It's okay. So put the date here now. Change these to dates. I think this is a little bit better than using just regular tables. It depends though, you don't have to. There's a few benefits. One, it kind of locks in the data types, so you can't enter other data types. People will just put in random stuff like text when it's supposed to be numbers and all that stuff. Have I done any personal finance sheets? Yeah, but like it's a little bit hard sometimes. Personal finance sheets, yeah. And I'm gonna work on one. I'm gonna build one in Airtable. Actually, I like Airtable a lot for personal finance. It's definitely like a big setup. I prefer to do it. I like using just the apps on your phone. It's a little bit easier. You can connect it to your bank account. But I know there's like I forget what that software is, like BOFA to Google Sheet. Tiller, for example. But yeah, I would use Airtable for personal finance. It's pretty cool. You can add a bunch of stuff. You can group all your things. But it's definitely like a super like nerdy project to do. But I'm gonna do one. You can track like your credit card points and all that stuff too. Yeah, maybe I'll do a video where I built that. Rebuild of our sales tracker. What sales tracker was it? Well, what business are you in? So yeah, so this business, they get in leads and they try to qualify all of their leads to become to get qualified for hard money loans, so they can do construction projects. It's for house flippers mainly. So they use a CRM, but like I've said before that a lot of businesses, even though they use really expensive CRMs, they still supplement with a Google Sheet, and it's just easier for it. It's just everyone's familiar with it. Lead generation, nice. What industry is it in? So yeah, so they first they get in leads, then they try to kind of get a potential deal. This is actually called more like potential deals, I should say. But with any sales process, it's always like the same thing, right? So it's a lead comes in, then they want to qualify them, then they want to send them an offer, and then hopefully they can convert. And then they go into a quote. So I'm just helping them just kind of make their data input more efficient for the sales rep. And then we want to build a dashboard on top of it. So we want to structure the data so every rep will have a single spreadsheet. Then in the back end, we'll combine all of the sheets and they'll build the dashboard. And this will serve a few purposes. It'll help management see what's going on with all of the reps without having to go into every single sheet. And then it'll kind of give the sales rep a little bit of incentive to actually input their data if they see a dashboard. Everyone wants to see their own numbers. Water treatment, home improvement, and telemarketing. Oh, nice. Cool. I remember the water treatment sheet, I think. Okay, so I think this is ready to go to become a template. So all that's left is really for me to create like a video to teach them how to use it. I guess I should probably build the dashboard too. while I'm at it. So I guess I can make this like the pretend master sheet. And then how would I build the dashboard? Yeah, if you need some help, yeah, just feel free to shoot me a message. If it's a lot of help, you can book a call. Okay, so now I want to build the dashboard on top of it. What do we want to see? We want to see where deals are falling off. That's kind of one of their more important things. So we want to show them why didn't, rejection reason. So I think we should put a rejection reason here too. Reason deal didn't go through. There's probably a better name for this, but so they can put in text here. That's one of the big things we want is why didn't the deal go through? I'm sure a lot of times it'll be like it's unqualified, this and that, rejected, ghosted. There's nothing for kind of like unqualified. Maybe we should add a disqualified date. Disqualified on. So make this a date. Oh, is this a date? Oh, this needs to be a date too. So like I said, it's always better to put your statuses into separate columns and have them put a date. So this way we actually know when something happened as opposed to just like a regular drop down and you have no idea when it happened. You can't track how long something stays in each stage, how long to close, things like that. This makes it a lot easier. So let's change this to a date. Okay, good. So center all of this. Maybe I'll put this one DQ'd on, a bit shorter. Okay, so maybe we'll build a dashboard for this. So this way we can get how many quotes, how many deals went to quotes. So quoted on. So this is basically the conversion metric here. And then for this, I'm not really sure for this dashboard, but let's just start with this one here. Oops. Sales rep deal tracker, potential deals. Okay, so I'm adding it to Looker Studio now, freeform layout. I'm going to call this one quotes. Oh, deals dashboard. So this dashboard will show, I'll put a little note for myself. Show how many deals converted to quotes, how many deals were rejected. Thanks, dude, I appreciate it. So how many deals are rejected? What else can we show here? We can show which loan types are going through, which ones are getting the most rejected, and how many are in each current stage. Okay, so let's say, how do we want to do this? So Now, when I build a dashboard, it's like, okay, who is going to be looking at this page? Is this for the sales rep, or is this for um, the management team? And then now I'm thinking, okay, if it's for the sales rep, do we need it to be in a separate dashboard, or do we just want to put it on a separate tab? I obviously always prefer building dashboards in Looker Studio versus Google Sheets. It's just easier. That's kind of like the main reason why. And it just looks better. So maybe we can go. I really wish there's a way they can embed dashboards, Looker Studio dashboards, into a Google Sheet. That would be amazing, but it's all good. So how many deals converted to quotes? What is this formula? So this formula is basically, if we go back to the data source sheet, it's gonna be a count of quoted on. This is basically going to be how many have values here divided by the total rows. That's going to be the quote percentage. In this case, a kind of a conversion percentage. So let's go back to the dashboard here. Go to our data source. We're going to add in a field, calculate a field. It's like a formula. And then we're going to go count of quoted on. And then we're going to divide that by the record count. Record count is just the number of rows that is here. So this is going to be called quote percentage, quote rate, whatever you want to call it, whatever looks better to you. So we'll call this quote rate, number, percentage. Okay, now let's see if this matches up. So with the scorecard here, quote, oh wait, so yeah, 11%, okay. And let's just make sure the numbers check out. So I'm copying and pasting this. I'm gonna go record count. That's a total number of rows with values. Quoted on, not count distinct, because count distinct is unique dates. We're just gonna count, okay? So 6 out of 54. Let's see if these numbers actually match up. So quoted on has a count of 5 numbers, so we're wrong here. For some reason, it says that we have 6. We have 6. That doesn't make sense. And then the second thing is it says we have 54. Okay, so we do have 54 records. But why does it say we have 6? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait. Oh, we do have 6. Okay. I misread that. Okay, so there are 6. And then 6 divided by 54 is 11%. 6 divided by 54, 11%. So that's our quote rate out of everything, right? So actually, I like quote rate better. Okay, so we're going to change the name to quote rate. When you change the names, yeah, it should update automatically. And then let's say now we want to see how many are in each stage, right, in the latest status. So what we would do is just change this to latest status. And then now we have like a formula, right? Null means there's no status on there, which means nothing. Like they haven't put a date in anything here yet, so it's nothing. Maybe I'll do a formula for like, haven't contacted yet. But for now, I'm going to make it show as, I don't like null. I think null looks bad. No data, or just like a dash is what I like. So something like that, and then just looks a bit cooler if you just kind of do this for now, and then we can just show the numbers here, and then we can add the percentage as well, because people like pie charts for some reason. I don't think it shows like great data visualization, but I guess it's a little bit easier to see. But instead, what I would do is maybe a bar chart like this, add the record count again, but instead now you go comparison calculation, percent of total, and then you show the number. So let's show the number here. Show number. Now it gives us like a percentage. and then we would change the name. We would go lead status. So these are quotes. These are deals. Deals. Potential deals. I'm just gonna call these leads, and then I'm gonna call this one like percent of total. Percent of total leads, something like this. And I think that looks good, but it's up to you. We can do this like so many different ways. Let me wrap the text on here. I'm gonna call this like current stage or something. And then like a few things that I want to do are I want to get rid of the row numbers. I don't think we really need. Oh wait, summary row is good. And then we can do a show target, percent of total leads. What did I want to do? Current state. Oh yeah, I want to get rid of the row numbers, which is where, okay, here. Maybe I'll keep it. Okay, so percent of total leads. Bye. And then if you wanted to, you can actually filter out. Give me 1 second. So if we want, we can actually filter out like no current stages. You just have to enter, put in a filter, drop down list. We'll call this latest status. And then for example, just remove null, and it looks like this, right? So I don't know, like what looks better? Maybe a pie chart does look better. I just read in some book. I read like in, I think it was like this book that basically said, oh, don't use pie charts. And he had a good reasoning, but maybe I shouldn't listen to that because this looks kind of nice, especially when you get rid of this. And then I can quickly see, you know, waiting on lender. Okay, it does look kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up this here. Okay, so let's say now, for example, we want to know which lender is kind of giving us like the best deals, right? So one kind of chart we can do here is a vertical bar chart, for example. So let's say it looks like this. Okay, let's say we do something like this, and then we put the lender here, record count, and then we do go latest status. So what does this tell us? Okay, let's get rid of the nulls, because the nulls for right now kind of like muck everything up. This is all fake data, by the way, okay? So now we know, now we can tell management which lender is kind of giving us, okay, so we have, oops, okay, I hate when you click on it and then it just changes, it just filters. Okay, so let's get rid of this for now. So what does this tell us? I mean, this is obviously not a ton of data, so it doesn't look as good. But we know that, hey, lender 1, maybe, yeah, so lender 2 has 2 quotes, so they all have 2 quotes. So technically this is a better conversion rate, but we know that this lender is waiting for lender feedback. So we kind of just know quickly, hey, you know, we have leads in these areas, you know. So that's just an example of like a dashboard that we can have. So, okay, so it looks like this. Okay. But we want to create this for the rep, right? So what does the rep really want to know? the rep just wants to see what does the rep want to know? The rep wants to see maybe the rep just needs to know. So here we have all the quoted deals, but I hate how this filter doesn't work properly. So why does this quoted deals? Okay, there you go. That's better. So quoted deals should show us all quoted plus empty deals. Long-term follow-ups. So we can create different views for the rep. Exit this view here. And then we can go create a new. We can also group this. So let's group this. So let's group everything by the latest status. Oh wow, it's sorted it really weird. Okay, so it should sort like this. None, 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 none. Okay, so this view technically shows them all of the leads grouped by this. Wow, this is pretty ugly. So, latest status. Current stage. This looks a lot better. When you reconnect, okay, count 5. Okay, so we're gonna call this one current stage. So now the rep can click here and go to current stage, quoted deals, something like this. So that's kind of nice. We can also do things by different lenders. So there's unlimited views that we can do. Okay, so current stage is here. Okay, so this is pretty good, I think. And then for this dashboard, I'm going to look at their original dashboard and see what they had. KPI dashboard. Activity dashboard. So this was kind of like their dashboard that they had before. There's no private information here. Well, maybe I'll just, oh, you guys already, it's not like Austin means anything to you guys, but just. So age distribution, we don't have this. This is kind of good. Okay, so I can kind of give them all of this stuff. So I'm gonna call this sales pipeline 2026. Whoops. 2026. All right, so if you guys have any questions about Looker Studio or dashboards or sales processes, let me know. I work all day in this stuff. Okay, so I'm just trying to get this template ready to go. Now the question is, okay, if I was the sales rep, what do I want to see? If this is my sales pipeline, Maybe you want to see quotes that you sent and see what happened to them, so they can kind of go here. They can see, okay, this is a group by, these are all my leads by current stage, right? So that's helpful. Waiting on lender feedback, and now they can see the date that it happened on. They can see all of their quoted deals. Maybe I should add emojis to this. So view options, rename the views. Everyone loves emojis. Whoops. Something like this. And then for this one, view options, rename view. So the current stage, I don't know what to use for stage, but AI says this is a good one. Yeah or no? Current stage. So they can look at current stage, they can look at quoted deals. I included empty in here. What else might they want to see as a sales rep? Why is my category this stream and gaming? It's actually education. All right, so these are the current stages here. Maybe I also want to see, okay, so quoted deals, current stage. Yeah, I'll have to speak with the client to understand what they actually want to see, but this is pretty good already. Now, as far as metrics go, conversion rate, conversation, quotes given, accepted quotes. So these are deals that they had, and then they're gonna send them in quotes. So I guess honestly what I would do is, this is probably good enough, man. This is like, so they can pop on here, they can see, like, for example, this would be potential deals, and then they would say quotes sent, quotes. And then waiting for lender feedback. I mean, do we really need to show them this in scorecards? Sure, why not? Let me change the theme of this so I can see the boxes as I work. Scorecards. Okay, so something like this. It's kind of cool. Potential deals. So now I guess I'll do a count of waiting on lender quote, waiting for lender quote, waiting for feedback. And then this would be kind of like quotes sent. Potential deals. And then let's go rejected. I guess we can also have like rejection rate. Wait, why doesn't potential deals? Why doesn't this have rejected on? Oh, you know what? When you add data into Looker Studio, you always want to put like at least some fake data into these cells, because then it doesn't know what it is. So you kind of want to tell it. So I'm going to reconnect this. So after you add in the data, I would reconnect it. Here, let me reconnect this. Reconnect it so you don't see all their spreadsheet information. Oh, you don't? Okay, so that's good. So all I'm going to do is reconnect this. Sometimes it doesn't work. Edit connection, reconnect, no change in fields. Awesome. Okay, let's see if rejected is on here. Long-term follow-up. I'm waiting on letter. That is so weird. Rejected on. Right? It's there. Rejected on. Huh. That is bizarre. Sales pipeline. It's the right sheet. Oh, mother. Jesus, I'm working on the wrong spreadsheet. Am I? Who owns this sheet? Oh, I think I am. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, so this is the wrong spreadsheet. This is, okay. So I was actually working on this spreadsheet. So yeah, I would add dates here. So you can tell Looker DQ'd on. Test, test. Okay, so now when I reconnect the data, it should have me new fields. Okay, so when it's blank, it kind of doesn't read it. Kind of dumb, but. So we can have like rejected on. We just want to count, not account distinct. Potential deals, waiting for lender quote, waiting for lender feedback. Let's go quoted on. And let's go with a count. Okay. So, and then we have like the quote rate, 11%. Also want to get rid of. Okay. So this is pretty good. I mean, what's helpful for them to look at? I haven't really had too much back and forth with this client. I like to just throw a number of charts on the first one just to kind of give them an idea, because a lot of times the clients know what they want to see, but they at the same time they don't know, and they kind of get ideas, and I've been doing this for a long time, so I kind of know what they generally want to see, so I kind of throw in what I think is best, and then it kind of gives them room to like, how about this, how about that. So this is kind of like my least favorite part of building dashboards and stuff, just because it's like the fun part for me is kind of thinking of the infrastructure and how to set everything up, but then once this is like kind of like more like the creative side, and so yeah, it takes a lot more brain power to kind of just think about things from everyone's perspective and what they might want to see, and then there's so many ways you can go about it that I kind of get overwhelmed with all the different views that we can have. By now, I should probably just have like a template view where I don't really have to think, but it's fine. So they probably just want to see, hey, how many are in each one, and they probably just want to see their trends of how many leads are coming in each month. Okay, so if I was a sales rep, I just want to look at the last 30 days of my pipeline. Okay, so let's add in a date here. But I guess this is why I'm streaming. It makes it a little bit less boring. So let's go the last 30 days. We can include today. Okay. So the date is based on the lead created date. So it's all based on when this lead was created, right? And these are all fake dates. That means that we're not showing when things actually happened. can I do this? So potential deals is lead created, okay? Waiting for lender quote. How many were waiting for lender quote? How many quotes were sent out? Quotes sent. Rejections. Quote rate is going to be based on, so this is a little bit difficult to do because this is technically, so if I were to change this to lead created, it's gonna be 0, I bet, which is why this says 0% because we can only do it based on one date, whereas this is based on this. So you have to kind of do like a join or something, which is a little bit annoying to do, to be honest, for something simple like this. How should I do this then? Because like the proper way to do this is to set up like an event date for everything, and then you stack everything on, but that's like a whole layer of complexity. You know what we can do? We can do latest event date. That might work. Latest event date. So it's going to be between lead created. So let's say a lead was created on this date, and then it was waiting for a quote, and then I want to look at how many leads they had. Yeah, that's not going to work too. Because if I do latest event date, will that work? Latest event date. So now the lead becomes, this lead is now created. I mean, we should have a latest event date regardless, to be honest with you. Latest event date. So it's going to be a max of this one, 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 this one. Ugh, so annoying. This needs to be a date. Max of this, so it's basically looking for the largest value in here, which tells us the latest date something happened. But we don't want, it to fill up like this, so we're just going to add in an if. We're only going to run this formula if there is a date in lead created. So it's if lead created is empty, then don't run it, otherwise run it. Result for leads created. Result for leads created this month. Result for leads created. Oh yeah, so we should, something like that would be helpful too. Exactly. So latest event date. We can also set up rules for like if the latest event date was within the past 7 days, then it's fine. If it's more than that, then make it red. So it kind of helps them flag things, right? You know what? We can go even further. Days since the latest stage, latest event. So we just go equals today minus this, and this would have to be a number. And then we only want to run this formula. T2 equals blank. This. So this is in the future. Obviously there wouldn't be stuff in the future, but this is fake data, so yeah. Results for leads created this month. So we're trying to look at how many leads. Oh yeah, right. Okay, so I think that's more of like a management metric, right? So they would want to know how many leads were created this month. And to be fair, I personally think that it's better to pull directly from the CRM. that's more of like a management metric. Well, let me think. So would the rep want to see how many leads were created this month? I guess they would. Or in the last 30 days, or whatever date range, right? Days since last event. Okay, yeah, so these are all good ideas that can be added on. So let's just do like a baseline. So I'm trying to think of this is like for the sales rep to look at, right? And the reason why I'm building this is because I want to make them a little bit more excited to fill in the data, because one of the issues with this client is that they aren't filling in the data accurately or just enough, right? They're kind of just leaving a lot of things blank. But to be honest with you, I can probably just present this and it's probably fine. But people want to, like sales guys, they like to see, what they have going on, and it kind of helps them. So I guess honestly, like I'm diving too deep for just the sales rep on just this metric. What I would do in a perfect world is show them, hey, how many leads they've contacted or they've dialed, they've hit quota on dials, right? So we can say, hey, they've hit, out of their 100 leads, they've dialed like 60% of them at least 5 times, which is good, right? So they're happy with that. We can actually probably do some cool Sparkline stuff as well. Let me show you what I mean by this. Okay. So we can do like a Sparkline. Okay, so we can do we want from E to J to So what we're gonna do is build like a Sparkline chart to show them, hey, how many times have they called this lead? Let's try this formula. So let's say we insert this in here. It looks like this. And then we can actually make it look, have it like change colors. So let's say they have 6 calls here, right? Wait, why didn't this formula run? Oh, because there's no name. Okay, so let's look at this in practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's say it looks like this, right? The problem is it doesn't show clearly enough the target, so you kind of want the background color to be a different color, perhaps. Call progress, something like this. Yeah, I think putting it right here is good. And then this can be like a dark gray. This doesn't work for some reason. So Sparkline, we're counting all of this. The max is always going to be 6. It's 6 calls. The first color is this, but the second color doesn't work for some reason. I'll troubleshoot this later. And then we can make it even more complex by like, hey, the first 2 calls until it hits 1. So right now it should just say it should be red, right? And like this should technically be red. So if it's 0, it should be red. Or something. I don't really know yet. Okay, so if this is and then we can go, so let's say, so if it's one call, it'll be red. If it's 2 calls, 3 calls, it'll be yellow. Then it'll be yellow. And then I'm gonna go 2 to 4 calls is yellow. Okay, so that's kind of cool. We just want to think of little things that'll incentivize them to kind of like do it, and you'd be kind of surprised at like what small things get sales reps or just people in general to fill it up. Kind of like those like games when you hit like a little benchmark, then like a little graphic displays up. So this is going to be a pretty like complicated formula. I'll have this template available if anyone wants it, but it's basically a series of if charts. Here, let me format this. That's a little bit easier to understand. If count, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's test this out. Okay, this is a mistake though. So this is how the formula should look. Okay, so now it's red. I'm going to change the type of red because my girlfriend's at the gym. Okay, so whoops. I think they are playing basketball at Equinox Leisure. I'm in Southern California, so it's pretty hot outside today. Okay, so these colors are so ugly. Like, it's such a bright color, but I'm gonna change it later. I don't know, is that cool? I can't really tell. Sometimes things I think are cool. Not seeing the changes you're typing. Not seeing the changes. Oh, is it pretty laggy? You know what? You can actually put in a description, no? No, we can't. Edit column type. None. Okay, you know what? I think this might be good enough for now. And then I'll drag this formula down. Yeah, this is a pretty cool template, actually. Pretty sweet. Hey, what's your name? Should I call you iGrossi? Oh yeah, yeah. I'm looking at a second screen, and there's like it's the cell. Yeah, I'm looking. If that's what you're talking about, I'm looking at a second screen, and there's like their actual client spreadsheets, and I'm like searching, browsing for like formulas that I have. Transfer to deal date. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool. As far as a sales rep goes, I think this is good enough. But oh, why didn't this formula count? Oh, because there's no name. So let's go like Kobe. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know. Latest call date. When this is actually all finalized, we should have it like kind of blank out whenever they've made a like a status change to it. It's the cell, James. Nice. Okay. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to let me know what business you guys are in, I'm always interested. Always curious. Okay. Do we want this one that far out? Probably not. Notes can always be last. So technically, if this happened, it should probably like update something, but I don't really know their workflow on this yet. This is just kind of like my guess on stuff. Dashboards, yeah, like I said, I don't think we need it yet, to be honest with you. So what we're gonna do is make a copy of this for each rep, and then a video to show them, hey, this is how you use it. They should already know, but, and I guess technically you can protect these ranges. People always mess up spreadsheets, but yeah, I don't love to do that, but it's okay. Okay, so let's do one last run through. So this one, they're gonna keep as is. Oh, you know what we can do? We can group this by like latest stage. Unqualified lead. We probably should do the same thing we did over on potential deals, which is like break out this into dates. But this is so far up the funnel that like I don't think it's a good idea that we track this stuff individually on a spreadsheet. But this particular client doesn't get a high volume of leads, right? Typically, I track dials and stuff directly from the dialer from the CRM, so we can see pickup rate and things like that. But I don't know. I guess they're using it. I should hit like call goal, call target or something. Target 6 columns. Okay. Yeah, this is good. I think I'm pretty happy with this. And then I won't work on the dashboard until I talk to the client. But yeah, so I'll have this template available for you guys as well if you guys want to have it to follow along. Otherwise, you guys can pretty much just watch the videos. I pretty much build it live. Okay, so let's delete all of this stuff. Unqualified leads. Okay, so leads. And if you guys have things that you guys want to watch me build, just feel free to drop it. Okay, then step 1. So what we're going to do now is basically create one for each agent, and then we're going to create a combined master sheet, okay? So, what should I... Emojis are always fun, right? Deals is going to be like it's going to be like this. And then I think quotes can be the money stuff. Okay, so Okay, so 5.9. So 5.9 reporting. 5.9 uses dialer. They use dialer.io, I think. Right. So I think they already do this. They use dialer.io, but we are able to pull in from their CSV. Yeah, I think we're able to do it. It's been a while since I worked with them. Not that long, but like a year ago or something. I had a client that used them. So their reporting, they had basic reporting here. Yeah, before they would set up like a make automation into a spreadsheet. But yeah, there's ways to do it. You know, I would share you guys some dashboards that I've built, but you know, it has sensitive data on it. But there's definitely stuff. Let me see what I'm able to show, what I'm not able to show. So I'll give you guys an example of outbound. This is directly from a CRM. Okay, so this is a Looker Studio dashboard. I just kind of, oh shit, actually. Let me just hide some names real quick. Not a big deal at all, but okay. So here's like an example of like a Looker Studio dashboard. Whoops, sorry. Okay, so this is an example of a dialing dashboard, outbound dials. So this pulls directly from the CRM. In this case, it's Close, which is like my favorite CRM to work with. But you know, I've done like Go High Level, HubSpot, Follow Boss, everything, pretty much every CRM. But so this pulls directly from their CRM. We use like Stitch data to get the data from the CRM directly into a BigQuery database. Then we do all the processing, whatever, and then it just pulls directly into Looker. So this updates like twice a day or so. You can't do it live just because it's so many dials. So in the past 7 days, they've dialed 2,500 leads. Dialed total of this many dials. Pickup rates here. 5 minute. For pickup rate, we use like a 2-minute rule. Or maybe it's like 90-second rule. Because most CRMs are incorrect with how they disposition their pickups, because like Google Voice, which is like answer, you know, say, hey, state your name and I'll, you know, connect you. They count that as a pickup. Pickup rates, 5-minute combo rates, talk time. Just a little visual by day. How many dials? The pickup rate. Bigger breakdown. Oh shit. Just whatever. There we go. You guys didn't see that. And then this is for each sales rep. You know, how many combos they're having, pickup rates, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I do similar to 5.9 reporting. Okay, so this dashboard, oops. Ugh. Live streaming is hard. All right, so let's go back to this spreadsheet here. So this is going to be, I'm going to make a copy of this, and then we're going to have one be an agent 1. So the idea is we're going to create like a bunch of templates. And then we're going to feed it into kind of like a master sheet for everyone to look at. So all right, so agent 1, agent 2, and then we're going to call this one the master. sheet. And I've made a bunch of videos on this on how to combine sheets, but let's do some testing here. Oh shoot, I forgot one big thing, which I probably should have done. So yeah, sounds good, man. Yeah, message me on Clarity. You can shoot me an email if you need. But yeah, I generally try to do kind of like the book calls, and unless we work together, then I'll kind of deduct the cost of the call into it. But yeah, thanks for being on, man. It's nice to, yeah, hopefully we can catch up. Shoot me an email. Let me know what you're working on. Happy to help. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this. Okay, so I forgot that we need to add in the agent name for this stuff because, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna say start here. Okay, so if a royal is on here, what do you do for work? So maybe I'll do like a start here type of spreadsheet, and then it'll basically go enter your full name here type of deal. A video on how this sheet works. Something like this, right? And they can type in their name. So let's say their agent name is Michael Heap. That's my name. And delete all this stuff so it's not all here. So the reason why we need to add in the agent name is obviously when we combine the sheets, it's not going to have the agent name, right? At the same time, I don't want them to have to type in their name every single time. So instead, we're going to kind of have it here, agent name. Then we'll kind of do the same color here. And then this will literally just be what's on here. First, last name. Enter your full name here. Okay. So, and then we're just gonna do this. And then we're just going to say if this, oh shit. If E2 is blank, then blank, right? So we're not gonna put in the data until, so put that here for the start, for the leads. For the deals, do the same thing. Agent name, and then we'll say lead name is an F now. So it looks like this. Did someone say home improvement? No. Oh, telemarketing. Cool. Okay, so where do we want the agent name to show? I guess this is fine. And then we're gonna hide this. So agent name, test. Okay, good. So they don't need to see this on their individual sheet. So I am going to group this column here. All right, so now this is a proper sheet. Bloom, bloom, bloom. This is a pretty good template, I must say so myself. I wonder if people actually like watching this stuff. Who doesn't want to spend their Saturday watching someone build spreadsheets? Okay, so now we can make a copy. Agent 1. So I'm gonna call this guy, what is this guy's name? What is a random name? I will do Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Okay. So that's agent 1. Then I'm going to do agent 2. Hermione Granger. I'll make this sheet look better, this tab look better, but for now. All right, pretty sweet. Okay, so now that we have this, now we need to turn this into like a master sheet, right? You know what, I'm gonna make another one just so they have it ready. I don't do coding, just like to use spreadsheets for work and personal. Nice. Yeah, same here. I don't do coding either. Except, yeah, maybe SQL, but. Okay, so now for the master sheets. We just want to show management, basically. Everything. So we are going to do, it's been a while since I've done this, but if you go into my YouTube channel, combine Google Sheets, I wonder where I show up on this. Oh, this guy's good, I like him. Oh, nice, look at this guy.
Hey.
I should make an updated version of this, but this is basically the video.
Month, date.
This is basically the video of, does this link even work? Uh-oh. I think I stopped paying for school. Ugh, okay, I need to change this. But yeah, so this is what we're gonna do. So if you guys have any questions, go to this sheet, go to this here. How to combine. But I'm gonna do what's in here. Sometimes I go back to my own videos because I kind of forget how to do it. But it is basically just a series of import ranges. Okay, so let's see. Let us go. So to delete everything, and then we can just, there's actually probably a better way to do this. So if this is the master sheet, right? So what I would do is I would go, so this is kind of like an admin. So I'm gonna go agent sales rep. I don't like using the word agent, it sounds funny. Sales rep template, right? And then we'd have a link to the template here. So let's say we have a template. So this would be the template where they basically make a copy. That's an example. But do I want to change it to the chip? Let's see how the chip looks. Okay, fine, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we'll do this. So it'll be like a sales rep template, right? And then it would be a how to create templates. So what I would do is instead of going to have to go to these 3 spots to update the formula of the import range, actually maybe I'll just do it. I'll do it regular for now. Okay, so delete everything here. Open everything up, delete everything here. So let's just do, okay, first you have to import these. Okay, so, and then it'd be sales rep 1, sales rep 2, sales rep 3. So like this. So you put in the URL of each one. Two and 3. And then we want to import the range. So, because otherwise you have to like approve it for each one. So let's just do, doesn't really matter. We'll do start here, C2. Start here, C2. And then it'll basically make us, so this way we can just put it in here once and then allow access to all 3. Right. We'll probably do like, okay. Actually, these should technically be a bit different. So I'm going to go rep name, sheet URL, allowed import, allow access. Oops. What did it say again? Like allowed, allowed access. Oh, click. I forgot what it said. What did it say? Let me make another copy. Then what will it say? So it'll say hit allow access, allowed access, and then we can say if error, we can say click allow access. Value. Wait, how does this work again? So if, okay, so I'm going to say if error on this, wait, what am I trying to do? This is so stupid, but if, oh, I see, okay, but this is an error, right? So if this so if it returns an error, what am I trying to say? If error well, am I freaking out or what's going on here? Wow, I'm done. Okay, let's see how this looks. This is so extra, I might not even keep it. Okay, let's see how this works. And we're this is so extra, but just little fun things, right? Might as well make it look nice. Okay, so we basically have to paste sales rep URL here. So something like this. And then they would have to, you know, allow access, right? Now, what we want to do is we want to add in the URL. Now I want to combine everything. So I want to go into leads and I want to import range of which URLs of this. And then I want to bring in leads. I want to bring in A1 to N. Leads A1 to N. Does that work? Ugh, A2, because I don't want everything else. So admin B7, who is that? Admin B7 is agent 1. Let's put in some data so we actually have it. What is that wizard in Harry Potter's name? Is it Adolf? Oh, Dumbledore, Albus, Adolf. Albus Dumbledore. So we'll do some cooler stuff because, you know, this one is not optimized, but good enough. Okay, cool. So it did pull in the leads for Harry Potter. The name is Albus Dumbledore. Okay, good. Now, the next thing we want to do. Now, how do I want to do this? I forget what's the most efficient way of doing this, but it's probably just this. So I'm going to hit Option Enter. We're going to do put in B8. And then we're going to put in B9. Forgot how many sheets we had. 4. Then we're going to put in, and then we're going to put in B10. So we already allowed access, so it's not going to have any issues. Is this perfect? No, because you still have to, and it doesn't work apparently. Stack, stack, stack. What am I doing wrong? You guys probably know. An array literal is missing for one of these rows. Admin B10. Oh wait, no, it did work. And let's just test it out for agent 2. We'll call this lead. Oh wait, I can't do Harry Potter characters because it doesn't make sense. Do Ross Geller. Is it Ross Geller? Ross Geller. And I'll put this lead stage, no connection. We were on a break. Okay, so yeah, this is good. And then we'll do this one. Her name is Rachel Green. One call. Boom. And then we'll go here, and then we'll call this one Phoebe Booth. So this one has had how many calls? Okay, so hopefully all 4 of these are in here, into the master. Let's call this master something else. So it's not in here, as you can see, which is kind of an issue because I thought I put it in. What did I do wrong? Oh, I know what I did wrong. I did, well, it's not really wrong, but if I scroll all the way down, it'll be there. So what it's doing is it's taking every single row here, which is why it's been a while since I've done this. Sorry guys, super embarrassing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna query all of this, and then we're only gonna select all where call 1 is null. Oh, is not null. There we go. All right, beautiful. So what this means now is this basically means that that the management can come into this master sheet and see everyone's deals, right? So, for example, we can look at, wow, it's pretty ridiculous that I have to create views for everyone. I guess I never did it for this sheet, but they can group by like, okay, we can group by like how many number of calls. Can we sort this? We can't sort this right here, which is kind of sad, but we can group it at the very least, okay? We can sort it in the formula here, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. For right now, I'm gonna get the deals in because the deals is a bit more exciting because we have a lot more data to work with, okay? So if I go into everyone's deals, it will be different because everyone has a different name because of that formula that we wrote. So what we're going to do now is we are going to I'm tired. Okay, so we're going to combine all the deals, okay? How are we going to do this? How do we combine all the deals? Okay, so I'm going to take this formula under leads, take this query here, go to deals, delete everything. Oh, whoops, to unhide this, delete everything, and then I'm going to go here, and then under deals, I want from A2 all the way to V. So instead of putting in this, I'm going to change this. A2 to V. Oops. Copy this. Do this. Do this. Do this. Boom. Beautiful. Now we can look at so this is kind of annoying because, okay, here, let me adjust one thing. So this is kind of where we want, let me look at this. Okay. Okay, I guess it's fine because what we can do on the master sheet, freeze, no columns, we can actually just look at it like this. Freeze. And we can look at it by agent, right? So what we can do is, okay, we're gonna look at all quoted deals. So this is a formula for all quoted, but I don't know why it shows lender quotes. It's pretty annoying. View options, refresh the view. Let me see. Sometimes this filter doesn't work properly. Watch, I'm gonna hit quoted deals. Okay, good. View options. For this one, I'm not gonna show blanks. I'm just gonna show this. Oops. Let me refresh this. You probably want to lock all the headers. I have a feeling that's going to cause issues, but okay. So now it shows us all quoted deals, for example, for the management. So they can pop in here and just see what they want to see. This still might be a lot of information, but let's see what else we can do. Let's create a group by view, group by latest status, and then let's sort this. Let's sort this. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Group by latest status. So it's currently being sorted. What is going on here? View options. Create a group by view. So I'm going to group this by latest status, which is allegedly a formula. Shows 4, but it doesn't show. I think it's because it's a formula, which kind of kills the whole purpose of me doing this. But so since this is imported in, oh, I see. Since it's imported in, that's annoying. It's okay. We can still make this into a Looker Studio. So that because this formula is here, when it brings it in, yeah, it basically, I see. The best we can do is maybe order by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I call 5. Descending. Yeah, so this is kind of the best we can do, and then we can order it by 1, 2, 3. Call 3. Descending. So the latest date up top. So it's better than nothing. And then we can probably just hide this column. Yeah. Better than nothing, but not ideal, but it's okay. So deals, and then now we want to pull in quotes. So delete everything. And for this one, we're going to pull in quotes. We're going to pull in A2 all the way to P. A1 to P. A2 to P, I mean. Is anybody still watching this? Whoops, okay, perfect. And then I'm ordering it by what, column 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by the address, which we don't really want. Let's just order it by column. Oh, nice, sweet. Thanks, man. Lead created is seed ascending. Okay, so now we're gonna order it by column 1 is not null. Order by column 1. Oh, we can do this one. If we do ascending, okay, fine. Okay, this works. Okay, so I hope that all made sense. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to pop it in. But this is a pretty solid template. So yeah, I'll have this template available to probably purchase because I gotta make money. Yeah, if you guys want to just build it, you can obviously just build it. I just showed you guys exactly how to do it. But if you guys do purchase and download the template, I'll basically help you guys like set it up and like handle any issues that you might want. If you guys want like crazy customizations, I obviously kind of outcharge for that for my time and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I showed you guys how to do this step by step, so shouldn't be too hard. But I understand some people just want to save time and they just want a little more like personal attention, which is what I'm here for. Okay. So I'll kind of fine tune this stuff in the template. I probably won't do it now, but okay, it looks pretty good. So next, I'll probably create like a Loom video to show people how to use this. I guess technically I can do it now. Okay, so I wonder if it'll work if I can pull in my mic. Whoops. All right, so I guess now I can just record a video to show you guys. Screen 2, so it's this screen. Okay, so I want to show you guys quickly how this sheet works. This is kind of the master sheet, so the agent reps don't really need to look at this for now, but what it does is it combines everyone's sheets together. But for now, I want to walk you guys through how this kind of updated sheet works. So the first thing you would do is you would come here and you'd enter your full name here. I'll make this look nicer, but what this pretty much does is it just auto-populates your name into this column here, okay? And I didn't really make any changes to your current sheets on this one because I'm not sure how many people are using it and it seems like it's working just fine, but all you have to do is enter in the lead name, so the lead name here, and then just same as you would before. The only changes I really made here was kind of updating like a total calls, so you can see the total number of calls. If it's only 1 call or 0 calls, it's going to be red. So this won't pop in until you put in like a name here. And then as you start putting in calls, you'll just kind of see, okay, it's going to be red. Let's say you have a second call, it's yellow, a bit better. This is kind of like a bar chart just so you can kind of see your progress. 3 calls, 4 calls, 5 calls, we got green, and so forth. That's pretty much it. Nothing crazy here. On the deals sheet, so there's all this hidden data here. You kind of don't really need to worry about it. The big change I made here was what you do. So all the gray is formulas, right? So you don't want to enter anything into those. You don't want to edit anything here, okay? It's all formulas. I might protect these ranges so you can't delete them. But for now, let's say you have a new lead. So let's say it is, I don't know, let's say this guy, Drew Holiday, has a second property. Drew Holiday, enter him in. You can double click here for whatever, 123 Main Street. Select all the data, blah, 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 blah. Whoops. You know, all this fun stuff. Whoops, jeez. Oh, wow, that's super annoying. Okay, here, here, here. And then the biggest difference I made was instead of having you guys put in the actual status of the drop downs, because we don't really know what when it happened, right? You don't really know when you quoted them, all this good stuff. So instead, all you would do is here. Maybe I'll make this more distinct so that you guys can know that this is kind of where it starts. But you put in a date for when that event actually occurred, and it'll automatically change the latest status to whatever the formula is. So let's say you're waiting for lender quote on one day, the next day you're kind of waiting for lender feedback. Let's say, okay, now it's kind of moved into the needs more info stage, and then you quoted them here. This will kind of what it's going to pull. It basically pulls the latest date that something happened. So let's say this happened here. It's going to reject. I added a DQ'd on this one. I'll make this one work later. It's not working right now. I noticed you guys didn't have this for it, and then maybe you guys can type in a reason why it didn't go through as well. And then we also have some notes you guys can put in reason it didn't go through. And then over time, we'll basically turn this into a drop down so we can actually kind of report on it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this tab. A few things, it just automatically shows you guys the latest event date, something happens, how many days it's been since the latest event date. We can do some kind of creative color on this so that you guys can just quickly see, oh, hey, you know, it's been this many days and it's still encoded. Another cool thing that might be helpful is we can have separate views when it's formatted like this. So I'm going to change this formula. So I don't want, so for example, okay, I'm going to exit this view. We can kind of do a group view on latest status. Dismiss this here, sort this the other way. Okay, so what this shows now is, I probably should have done this off the call, but off this video, I mean, I can just set this up for you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff so it doesn't look too messy. There's a lot of stuff in here. Waiting for feedback. Okay, and what this does is it basically shows you broken out by view, right? So, and then we can save this view as, we can call it like, I don't know, call it status, latest stage. So, and then you hit exit here, but then you click on this little thing and see, okay, latest state. You can group this by latest stage, right? Which is kind of nice. You can just kind of see all your lender feedbacks. You want to see all your quoted deals. This one is broken for some reason, so let me just delete this, and then I'll create a filtered view. Anyone can do this, by the way. Quoted, and then let's save this view as, let's save this as quoted, for example. Exit this view here, so you can just quickly pop in here, see all your quoteds, see everything grouped in like this. Might be kind of helpful, and then you can exit this view. Okay, so the next thing we did was the quotes. Now instead of having to type all this information in, what you would do is just search for the person that you have. So let's say Drew Holiday, the one we just entered, and it's going to add the address in here so that you can select the correct one. Maybe it's both. Let's say it's both. Type them in twice. Now this data will pull over automatically, so you don't have to type this stuff in. It's formulas, just series XLOOKUP formulas, and then you can start typing in everything that you want. Just like before, same thing with the statuses. I kind of changed it so it does this. Okay, so yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. All you have to do is pretty much go in here, type your name here, and then it will update your name, and then I'll put this video that I'm recording right now right over here. So cool. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You can message me on Slack. All right, thanks. All right, so that's like a quick video on how to do it, video of how this sheet works. And then I'll obviously make a different one for management to show them how to like do new stuff. But you know, when I'm working with like a client, I'll kind of help take care of this stuff for the time being until they kind of figure it out. All right, so I think that's it for this video. It's pretty long stream already. I'll have this template available for you guys to purchase. But yeah, this video shows you exactly how to make it pretty much. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Oh yeah, if you guys want to book a call, I'll have a link to my Clarity. Ugh, where is it? I'll have a link to my Clarity where you guys can book a call with me. Yeah, so this is it. I know it's kind of expensive, but I think it's worth it. And yeah, so yeah, book a call here, just select the time, and then I'll respond to you. I'm usually available like within like a day. So if you guys have any urgent questions, you know, feel free to book a call with me. All right, thanks guys.